this is as close as many of us will ever come to driving a monster truck. But we recently traveled up to the Sussex County Fairgrounds to watch a young athlete who's crushing it in the real thing, and caught up with him a few days later at his home. John Kovach, GardenStateHSWrestling.com. We are at Highview Farms in Bud Lake. We met Shane Oblen, Mount Olive High School, plays football, wrestles, and he's driver to Web Slinger monster truck. We met him up at Augusta last week at the New Jersey State Fair on the Sussex County Fairgrounds. Good night for you. It was a good night for us to be there.
That has been showing he's got no fear behind the wheel. And tonight, he's looking to rock his hometown show. Fans, please welcome Shane Oblen and Web Slinger!
Yeah, it was a perfect night. Ended up sweeping the show, winning racing and freestyle, taking it all home for my first win.
Hey, I gotta ask this. You knocked off some veterans here tonight. What was going through your mind when you looked over and you're like, well, he's got more experience, but I got a heavy right foot? That's it, the heavy right foot. 3 years ago, as soon as the green hit, I went and supplied on the back of the truck. If you ain't first, you're last. Oh yeah, and I gotta know. We got monster truck freestyle coming on up too, and I know you're looking forward to that. What do you have in store for freestyle, or is it just, hey, you'll have to wait and see?
You know, all I'm gonna say is we're putting the pedal to the metal and we're going out here and we're airing it out. That's it, baby, that's it.
And I know you want to hear your fans cheer you on. So fans, make some noise for your racing champion, Shane Oblen and Web Slinger!
How long you been driving the monster trucks? This is your first year?
The first year in big truck with competition, yes, but I had a smaller scale of the big truck. When I started, I was 7 years old. It's the same everything, but it's just smushed into a smaller truck. So I've been driving since 7 technically. I've been moving this truck around, this big race truck over here, since I was probably about 10. And, everything's just led up, moving it around. It all adds up together. And then the ride trucks. So yeah, technically my first year competition, and I've only had about 3 shows, but I ended up winning the first one and the second one in racing.
Right. We saw you win in New Jersey, a field of 4, swept both rounds of the drag racing. That's got to all come down to reaction time, because that's a really short course, I noticed.
Oh yeah, 100%. Reaction time is everything. As soon as you roll over the rollers and line up with the car, you back up good a few feet, then you come in the stage, you got someone pulling you in right there. And you're sitting there until the other guy's pulled in. And as soon as they walk off or run off, that's about to go green. And there's no other lights. It's just green. So as soon as it's green, I mean, it's pedal to the metal. Same thing with football. You see the football out of the corner of your eye over here, staring at the guy in front of you. As soon as that football is moved, if you're on defense or on offense, you're going straight ahead at the guy in front of you. And, same thing with wrestling. If you hear that whistle or the ref, or you're looking at the clock and it's go green time, it's going fast pace all the time.
Yeah, you're listening for the beginning of the whistle. And having been a line coach for a long time, you're not listening for the snap count. You are watching for that ball to move.
100%, 100%. As soon as that ball moves right over here in the corner of your eye, just like the race truck with the green light, it's basically all one. As soon as it moves and turns green, you're going full speed, pedal to the metal, and you're not lifting until either the play's over or the race is over.
Now, we saw you win the 2 races up in Augusta, but then, as you said, you also won the freestyle, which is pretty much what it said. It's watching monster trucks fly through the air.
Yep, so freestyle, it's in the name free. You go out there, you hit whatever you want, however hard you want. And after winning racing for my first show, they sent me out last. And being last is a big deal because you're closing the show. So you need to pit it out there the hardest. That's exactly what I did. I went out there, I pedaled to the metal, I started hitting stuff wide open. My dad's in the pits like, oh no, please don't break something. And it all went well. Last hit, pulled up to the cars, backed up to get a little bit more excitement going, revved it up a few times. I drilled it and it was my last hit. Went up soaring sideways. I'm looking at it sideways. It was a lot more air than I thought I got. When I came down, the tire popped off the rim, but then came back on. So I had about half the pressure that I did before. So that was my last hit, but I brought it back to the pits, aired it up. And then we went out for our little thing we call the train. We just follow each other out, hit another car, and then line up in the front of the audience. But yeah, it was the best feeling winning freestyle, going out there, hitting whatever I want, however hard I want, until my dad gave me a limit. But yeah, one freestyle. I don't know if I was, because there was 2 veterans at that show that were, they've been around the circuit for years and centuries. So it was tough competition, but I ended up sweeping the night, and it was just the best feeling.
And then you won again out in Pennsylvania.
Yep. So Friday, we're at Wayne County 4-H fair, and it was a 1-day show. It was a Friday night. Also another veteran there with a truck that's twice as much motor and power with than our truck. And just went out there. I had fun and didn't lift. I didn't lift at all. I won 3 rounds before that to get to the finals, because it was a 6-truck show. So you have to go through the steps and stuff like that. But as soon as I got to the finals, he doubted me, because I was a first-year driver, actually second show driver technically. But I'm the new sheriff in town, and I let him know. I put my foot to the floor, and as soon as he heard that I put the foot to the floor, he tried to, but he couldn't catch up to me in time, and I was about 2 doors in front of him, just like the first show.
You get a lot of high school students who wrestle and play football show up to drive monster trucks.
This is the first time we've ever had it. Anybody like Shane here with us. He's amazing.
We're on your family's farm, Highview Farm here in Bud Lake. You have to have been driving heavy equipment your whole life, and you have to have been carrying heavy things your whole life, and you have to have been wrangling heavy livestock for a long time.
Yeah, so many people get their strength from the gym. Not really me. My natural strength comes from living here my entire life. I mean, since I was born, I've been moving livestock around, hay bales, anything that needs to be moved. It's pretty much my doing because I'm the biggest on the farm here besides my dad. And I've been moving equipment around since I said I was 7. I've been riding dirt bikes and quads before that, but heavier machinery when I was 10. And then it just goes up from there. And then, next door, they used to put bales. We did about 1,000 bales a night. Those bales are about 60 to 70 pounds. You got to pick them up, put them on an elevator. They go up to the top of the barn. You pick them up, and then you put them in where they need to go. And it's a lot of work. We had a few guys over there, but at 10 years old, the 60 to 70 pound hay bales, they worked me. And, they made me who I am now. And also the animals up there, when they get out, you got to catch them, kind of corner them a little bit like you do in wrestling when you're in the circle. You got to pull them back in too. So you got to put them back in their corrals. And that was it. And then moving the 800-pound tires, it's all from that too. You got to get the leg drive because you got to push them up that ramp. So, the leg drive also goes over to football. You get off the line, you got to get your legs pumping because whoever's in front of you is going to be big.
Yeah, you're not putting a donut on one of these if you got to change a tire.
Oh yeah, no way.
They are beat. The tires we're looking at now are for moving the vehicle around.
Yeah,
and
so
not
these
the
are
big ones in the footage from the fair. Winning in Sussex County, right next door. You had the crowd. You owned them that night.
Oh yeah, I mean it was awesome. I've seen people I haven't seen in a while, some of my dad's old friends, some teachers there too, and it was just to see everyone come together and enjoy the same time that I did and take home the racing win and the freestyle win and then go in front of them and be like, "How was that, y'all?" I mean, it was a roar. The crowd was a roar and it was awesome. It couldn't have been any better timing or place. And I was just in that zone, I was ready. I just wanted to win. That was it for my crowd.
Mom, he plays football, he wrestles, and he drives that beast you're standing next to. When do you get the most nervous?
I don't think anything. I think wrestling probably.
Why is
He's
that?
out there. I don't know. He's out there and it's one-on-one. I think that's what gets me most nervous. In here, I'm kind of comfortable because he's got all the gear on, all the safety gear, so I don't worry as much. Um, he even, he has a lot of gear on in football too, but wrestling, it's no gear.
So in the fall, and that season started today, you're pushing people where they don't want to go. During the winter, you're trying to turn somebody and unwillingly pin their shoulders to the matter, as I've seen, fold their clothes with them still in them.
Yeah, that's it.
In the monster trucks, you get to crush cars. Which one of these is the best stress reliever?
I mean, they're all pretty good. On a good day, they're all amazing. But I mean, I live the dream that not a lot of people live. You're sitting there in traffic and you just want to drive over everybody. I basically lived that dream, but on a very different circuit and crushing cars and stuff like that. But yeah, with everything, it's got to be monster trucks. I mean, it's awesome. It's the best stress reliever.
How do you juggle these 3 sports? You got to be going pretty hard with school and all your other responsibilities.
Yep. So we got the three sports. Then we have the family farm. So, you got your football, which started today, technically the actual season. You got that till about the end of October, maybe December, destination December. Then you got your wrestling. You go into wrestling season. Then you got spring, which is kind of a nice break, but you still got workouts for wrestling and football. And then monster truck season opens up a little bit more. Monster trucks are now, before football actually started, it was kind of the monster truck season. So I guess summer is monster truck and football season. But as it gets closer to winter, it kind of dies off a little bit. And we do have some winter shows that we do on the weekends. But yeah, with school, especially go to school, you have football afterwards, then you come home and then you go to school, you got wrestling afterwards. And, you know, it's a lot to juggle. But after a while, I juggle it all very well. You know, you got farm, wake up early in the morning, do that. You go to school. You know, if we have monster truck shows during the winter, I might need to take off Friday, go to the show. I'll still get all my homework done at the show on our free time. But yeah, we juggle everything around, and you know, it's a lot, but after a while it gets easier and it's all fun, you know.
Shane Oblen's Mount Olive High School, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations, and we'll see you soon on GardenStateHSWrestling.com.